GEEK Files, 2026, February 26, in Burnaby. Preamble. I've spent most of my working career outside, summer and winter. I started delivering papers in Woodstock, Ontario when I was 12 years old. At one point, I think it was over 100 papers I delivered, and Lime Free Press was delivered every day of the year, whatever the temperature. And then I was on the junior ski patrol, and I raced alpine skiing, and I taught skiing, and and then I became I logged out of Prince George, all like 20 below, 30 below, yeah. So I thought I knew cold. So working for Comair in the winter of '86, being flown into Churchill to do heavy maintenance on the DC-4 and the Hawker Siddeley's HS-748s, that you would fly up on a Twin Otter. And the first time I did that, the first time they sent us up there was on the Hawker Siddeley, because I remember coming down the air stairs. I walked out the cabin door. It was minus 35. Hudson Bay hadn't frozen. There was a 20-knot wind off the Hudson Bay, full of all the wonderful moisture of Hudson Bay, and it cut to the bone. I thought I knew cold. I thought I'd gone to hell. I really did. It was just like, what have I done this time? Because it was just bone chilling. So walk into the hangar, putting our tools. Oh yeah. So I didn't know at the time that we were expected, although we were going to stay in the crew house if we stayed overnight, they expected to supply our own food, but they didn't tell us. So people were coming up with food, and I had nothing because nobody told me that. This is pretty typical of Comair. There was really a hostility would be a strong word, but there was just not worker friendly or informative at all. Well, they did have a skeleton crew up there that they were keeping while they're, kind of part of the crew is in, about a third of the crew is still in Churchill, and 2/3 of the crew down in Thompson, working out of tent hangars. Nose hangers, basically. So I walk in and put my stuff down, and this guy walks up to me and says something. Now, I'm pretty sure he's speaking English, but I can't make out the words. And I say, I'm sorry. And he says it again slower, and it's something like, "Hey, going across," and I'm going like, I'm really sorry, I don't understand you. And he says it again, and he's getting really agitated. He's getting red in the face, and I'm going like, what the fuck? And then this other guy walks over, and the guy who's talking to me says the same thing to the new guy, and the new guy turns around to me and says in the Newfie Clear or Corner Brook accent, "Tony says, if you're going to the crew house, could you please bring back his milk?" Oh, my first introduction to Tony, the Bay Boy, and Neil, his interpreter. So, it's just like, Tony was a Bay Boy. He came from some back bay in Newfoundland, where he was really proud of his community because they finally got the first concrete ever when the federal government poured the pad for those sort of community mailboxes where, they're really common now, where you walk, you don't get delivery service, you just have a community set of mailboxes and you walk up. That was the first concrete ever in his community. And yeah, he had truly a Back Bay accent. Now, I did get an ear for what Tony was saying eventually, and Tony and I became great friends. He actually invited me to come up and we'll go squidding on the beer, which meant that we'd go out squid jigging in the Atlantic and drink a bunch of beer. But boy, was he getting agitated because I couldn't understand him. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, make up inappropriate life decisions. You don't make any money, but you get good stories.